Hello and welcome to today's episode of FD Capital's podcast. I'm Adrian Lawrence. I'm one of the principals with FD Capital Recruitment, and I'm here today talking about finance director recruitment in London. As many of you will know, we're one of the leading London-based recruitment agencies. We've moved around a little bit, but we're currently based in Great Portland Street. And the London market has changed a lot over the last year or so. Obviously, the lockdown had a very profound impact on all sorts of businesses, and recruitment businesses are no different. In the first lockdown, paradoxically, we actually got busier than ever before, and some of our team were actually working 6 days a week, including myself. And the sort of issues we had at that time were clients such as a niche tour operator was shut down by the CAA and had a lot of difficulty getting their Sybil's loan over the line. So there was a lot of modelling work, a lot of effort going into businesses like that who were in distress and having difficulty continuing in business at that time. Then the market really slowed towards the end of 2020 when we had that second major lockdown. That really dropped activity an awful lot. But in London now we're seeing a real recovery. Businesses are still somewhat cautious, but the level of activity is in some ways higher than it was for us in 2019, and certainly equivalent to the very early months of 2020 before the lockdown went sort of to be the bigger story as it obviously was. And what we're seeing is an increase in the number of employers who are open to taking on part-time or portfolio roles. The real advantage with this sort of opportunity is you get a very experienced person for a fraction of the cost. And whilst a CFO or an FD, are very productive people, sometimes the scale of your business and the nature of your issues means that you don't need that level of skill all of the time. And sometimes the right thing to do is to structure your organisation so you've got a senior person part-time and more junior FC, finance manager, that sort of role, full-time. And really we're seeing a lot more than ever before of that type of activity. FD Capital Recruitment are a niche recruitment house. As many of you will know, we do a lot of part-time roles, but we also do conventional FD recruitment. Occasionally we do other C-suite executives, CFOs, COOs, CEOs. I've even had I myself, CFO background, but FD Capital Recruitment got me a role as CEO 1 day a week for a technology business. So there's a lot of variety and opportunity out there. And really we're seeing that, there's real dynamism in London again. Activity levels are really rising, and the opportunities are there for the taking. So if you're looking for a CFO or an FD, please speak with us. We're a friendly, helpful team, very focused on that senior finance recruitment niche. We're a real specialist team. We've got a small number of FDs fully employed with us, and a much larger network which we can draw on who have specialised skills. Some of those include private equity raising, working with venture capitalists, turnaround specialists, e-commerce specialists as well. So a whole spectrum of experience we have available for you. So if you do need a finance director or CFO, please ring our main number, which is 0203 287 9501, and we can arrange to have a virtual meeting or a physical meeting and get talking to you. We look forward to hearing from you. Our website can be found at www.fdcapital.co.uk. Thank you for listening.